Hi friend, welcome to the Livestudies channels. Today I am going to discuss string interview question and answer. So let's start. My first question is string is a keyword in Java? Answer is no. String is not a keyword in Java. String is a final class and stored in java.long package, which is used to represent the set of character in Java. Another question is, in how many ways you can create string objects in Java? There are two ways to create a string object in Java. One is using the new operator, another one using the string literals. The object created using new operator are stored in a heap memory, and other object created using string literals are stored in string constants pool. Means is the first one is okay, is the first is a string s1 is equal to new string. Okay, you can argument pass in the live, and other one is a creating the string object using the new operator. Okay, and other one is a string s2 is equal to live. He is creating a string object using the literals. Okay, I'm done. Okay, live. Move to the another question. Another question is, what is a string constant pool? Is a very most important question in a string for interview. String objects are most used data objects in Java. Hence, Java has a special argument to store string objects. String constant pool is one such arguments. String constant pool is a memory space in heap memory, especially allocated to store the string object created using string literals. In string constant pool, there will be no two string objects having the same constant. Whenever you create a string object using the literals, the JVM Java Virtual Machine first check in constants of the object to create it. If there exists an object in the string constant pool with the same content, then it returns the reference of that object. It does not create a new object. If the content is different from the existing objects, then only it create a new object. Okay, move to the another question. Another question is, what do you mean by mutable and immutable objects? In a simple word, immutable means you cannot change, mutable means you can change. But in a definition is a property definition means immutable objects are like constant. You cannot modify them. They are created, they are final in nature. But mutable objects are constant means you can perform modification to them. Like means id is equal to 5. Suppose means any variable is equal to 5. Okay, so you cannot change in a convert is a string means immutable, you cannot change, but in a mutable you can change. Okay, move to the another question. Another question is, why StringBuffer and StringBuilder classes are introduced in Java? Then there already exists a string class to represent the set of character. Is a very most important question. Okay, the objects of a string class are mutable, immutable in nature. Either you cannot modify them once they are created. Means if you are create a string, then you cannot modify. But in a string buffer and a string builder, both are mutable. Means you can modify. If try to modify them, a new object will be created with the modified content. This may be cases memory and performance issue. If you are performing a lot of issue, then string buffer and string builder classes are introduced in a Java. Okay, move to the another question. Another question is, what is a string in term? A string in term are simply in turn refer to a string object in a string constant pool. Constant pool entering is the process of creating a string object in a string constant pool, which will be exact copy of a string object in a heap memory. Right? In term is another question is, in term is a method also. In term is a method also. You can use in a string in a method like this one. Means in term method you can put. Okay, in term method of java.long string class is used to perform in terming, either creating an exact copy of heap string object in a string constant pool. When you call this method on a string object, first it check whether there exists an object with the same content in the string constant pool. If object does not exist in a pool, it will be create an object with the same content in a string constant pool and return the reference of that object. If object exists in a pool, then it returns reference of that object without creating a new object. Okay, means look like that means for below that means like s1 will be created in a heap memory as we are using a new operator to create it. When we call interim method on s1, it create a new string object in s2, the constant pool with Java as it is a content, and assign it a reference to s1.s2. s1 is equal to s2 will return the false. Means because of they are two different objects in the same memory, s1 dot equals method will return the true because they have the same content. Means you can use this one interim method so like this. Just one, this one means string s1 is equal to new string. Okay, call, you can pass the argument like live string s2 is equal to s1 dot interim method. Interim method, okay, means creating a interim method string, and then sob means print. What will print? s1 is equal to s2. Another one is sop means s1 dot equals what equals s2. Okay, then print, means you can use the interim method. Okay, move to the another question. Another question is, what do you think about string constant pool and why they have provided this pool, as we can store string objects in a heap memory itself. String constant pool increase the reusability of existing string objects. When you are creating a string object using string literals, JVM first check string constant full. If that object is available, it return reference of that object rather creating a new object. This will also speed up your application as only reference is returned and also save the memory as no two objects with the same content are created. Okay, move to the another question is, what is the similarity and difference between a StringBuffer and a StringBuilder class? The main similarity between StringBuffer and StringBuilder class is that both produce mutable string object. The main difference between them is that StringBuffer class is thread safe, where StringBuilder class is not a thread safe. Okay, but if you can remember it, string buffer and string also thread safe, but only StringBuilder is not a thread safe. Okay, move to the another question is, can we use string in a switch case? Answer is, think about it. In a Java 7 extended the capability of switch case to use string also. Earlier Java version doesn't support this. If you are implementing conditional flow for string, you can use if is condition, and you can use switch case if you are using Java 7 or higher version, means like Java 8 means 1.8 you can use. Another question is, how many objects will be created for the following code? Which type of code means? Just wait. Means code string str1 is equal to new string Livestudies, and another code is string s2 is equal to new string Livestudies, means both are same. Okay, both are same, but there are three objects are created. Three objects are created. Like first statement means st means what? str1. There are two objects are created in a one string constant full. Okay, and one heap memory. But for the second statement, str2 compulsory only one new object is created in a heap memory, but no new object is created in heap constant full, as it is means already present, means like 2 plus 1 means there are three objects. First two string constant full and one is a one heap memory. There are two constant string object created in a heap memory, but only is just s2 are only two objects are created, but overall is a 3. Okay, move to the another question is, what are mutable and immutable object in a Java? Mutable object value can be changed. StringBuffer and StringBuilder are the example of the mutable in a final class Java. Immutable object value cannot be changed. One created string in a string immutable final class. I will already told you. Another question is, why is string immutable in a Java? Very most important question. There are three reasons: security, class loading, or thread safe. Okay, remember it. String security. String security is string is made immutable to help increase the security. Sensitive data like username password can be stored as the string cannot be modified once created. Class loading means string objects are used for class loading. It is possible that wrong class has been loaded in a JVM. If the string is mutable, either modifiable. Thread safe. Immutable strings are thread safe. Synchronization is not required when you use them in the multi-threading environment. But strings are mutable. This value cannot be changed after they have been created, while StringBuffer and StringBuilder support mutable version of string object. For example, str means hello, right? Means string str is equal to hello is equivalent to like char means you can store in array like HELLO. Okay, and string str is equal to character. Okay, move to the another question. Another question is how will you create an immutable class in a Java? You can create immutable class in a Java by implementing those below point. Means make the class final so it cannot be extended inherited, means extended inherited. Make all field private so one cannot access them from outside class. Do not provide setter method for the variables. Declared all mutable field as final so that its value can be assigned only once. Means there are some points, means 1 2 3 and also 4. Another question is why string is mostly used as a key in a HashMap class. String is mostly used as a key in a HashMap class because it implemented equal method and hashcode method, which is required for an object to be used as a key in a HashMap. Move to the another question. Another question is how to split a string in a Java. You can use a split method of java.long.string class or string tokenizer to split a comma separate string. String split method is easier to use and better because it is expect a regular expression and return an array of string which you can manipulate in a program code. Another question is explain the difference between str1 dot equal means live and live dot equals str1 where string s1 is an string object. If str1 value is live, then both statements will be given the result is true. The main difference between two statements arises when we pass str1 value as a null. If the str is null, then first statement will be throw null pointer exception, while second statement will be return false. Move to the another question. Another question is find out if a string has all unique characters. There are 5 ways to determine a string has all unique character. Method 1, method 2, method 3. There are 5 methods, but I will discuss only 2 methods. First method is create a hash set object, scan the whole string and add each character one by one to the hash set object. If the add object return true, then continue, else return false. Method 2 is scan the input string, take each character one by one and set count flag to 0. For each character in input string, re-scan the input string and compare to character will each character appear in an input string. equal, then increase the count by 1, else continue to loop. If count flag value is greater than 1, then return false, else return true. Return to means, suppose for example, I'm not writing the program because of my screen is not enough. Okay, so just I will tell you. Means, suppose import java.e2.arraylist, another import it java.e2.collection, and import java.e2.hashset. Suppose I am creating the class like a unique, okay, unique class, and then create main method, means a public static void main method, and just create is a boolean, an object where object is passed result is equal to false. String input string is equal to pass the string in the Livestudies, and this is SOP means input string. Okay, then you can use HashSet, and you can pass the character unique character set is equal to new HashSet. You can put in a loop, means for int I is equal to 0 and I less than is equal to input string dot length, and you can I is an increment plus plus, means return the unique character set that add input string dot char dot at I. If result is equal to true, then break, else SOP result is output. Move to the another question. Another question is why char array is preferred over string in storing password. One of the main reasons to prefer char array over string is security risk of stealing password. Since strings are reusable in a constant pool, they are highly chance that they remain in the memory of the long duration. Anyone who has access to the memory dump can find the password in a clear text. That is why password should not be encrypted. Okay. Move to the another question. Another question is how does substring method work in Java? Substring share the same character array as string. It can lead to the memory leak if the original string is cute, big, and not necessary to retain in a memory. If it is internally returned by a substring, as substring is smaller in a size, it result in the prevention of large array being garbage collected. Another question is what is the character encoding? Explain the difference between UTF-16 and UTF-8. When you want to represent character using byte character encoding is used, means UTF-16 means used 2 byte or 16 bit to represent character, while UTF-8 means a 1 byte or 8 bit to represent in a character. Thank you for valuable response in this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe and share this video.